Yeah. Speaking of intellectualism, what I find amusing in hindsight is when Philo says, "What are you hiding from? I see atheism as an intellectual excuse to hide behind all this pain you are describing." Well, what about Christianity and justifying suffering, which is a very defeatist attitude, and that leads to a lack of desire to relieve suffering because they can just pray for it and find meaning in other people's suffering.
Well, right, or believe that someday later it'll all be set right. You know, all the injustices, all this pain and suffering is worthwhile because you'll go to heaven.
Well, I agree, but I wouldn't have responded anything like that. I would have responded with, "You condescending, ignorant prick. How dare you presume to dismiss something that I have, a belief that I have come to for rational reasons, which I am prepared to defend, which I am active and eagerly willing to discuss. How dare you dismiss it as me hiding behind something when you've presented nothing that comes anywhere near establishing that? How dare you argue so dishonorably and so dishonestly about something that you profess to hold dear? Either make your case or shut the fuck up. But don't come with nonsense like that. It's like the people who call in to say, "Oh, well, what made you so mad at God?" Nothing.
Oh, yeah, I just want to strangle people.
Nothing. What made you so stupid that you think I was mad at God? Baby, want a cookie? It's the stupidest stuff. Either you can have a conversation about this or you can't. And if your claim is that I believe this, I don't really have a good reason, I can't really explain it to you, fine. Then accept the fact that you're not going to convince people about it. But if you can't do that, to come back with, "Oh, what are you know, did you get your feelings hurt? Did you lose somebody? Did you ask for something in prayer and not get it? Oh my God, I want to stick my foot right up your condescending ass." You are a horrible representative of everything you profess. And yet, you are so common. Maybe, are there no good representatives?
Yeah.
Could be the case.
Well, they do it out of concern for us atheists because they want to be concerned about our emotional health, right?
I really don't want you to burn in hell forever. Well, maybe you shouldn't be worshiping a prick you think's going to do that.
Yeah. And as we all know, nothing fails like prayer.
Yep.
The last point I'd like to bring up is something that is prominent on atheist.com, and they trivialize suffering and they try to glorify God by comparing God to a parent who makes their children suffer through the pain of a vaccination so they won't get smallpox, chickenpox, rubella, and so on. And that's just ridiculous, because an all-powerful God would not need to use suffering. He could simply bypass the suffering and create the greater good straight away.
Well, this is back to the argument from evil, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And there's the old "he cannot give them smallpox anymore" thing, which I got from Frank Sindler, but it's on an old episode of The Non-Prophets. It's a really amusing little song about all the wonderful diseases that God can inflict on children.
Jesus loves the little zygote.
Jesus loves the little zygote.
Yes, look that one up.
But he cannot give them smallpox anymore because we eradicated it.
Yes. A victory for science and reason.
Science has trumped the suffering that you seem to think your God felt was necessary.
That's actually a great example, because there's an example where humans have made up their minds to do something and gone out and done it and removed that suffering from the world. And hooray for us.